Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I had to go grab my water. I realized I was sitting there watching Eddie and I didn't have all the things that I wanted. I wanted my coffee, but I just looked and saw that y'all were here. So I was just like, well, let me go on and get this party started. All right, let me see. We got that. We need this. I need that. So we're gonna talk about some things today. We're gonna talk about some things today. I feel like I'm not. All right, do not disturb. Get some housekeeping things down. Everybody get your housekeeping done. Oh, do not disturb. There we go. I was outside walking earlier. Went to the mailbox first of all, and I sneezed all the way to the mailbox and all the way back. So I came back in the house and took my allergy pill because it is so thick outside. It is just yellow everywhere. The dogs outside laying down, they yellow. So I had to spray them down. So welcome, 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 welcome. Just welcome, y'all. Eddie made my heart very, very happy. I'm happy he popped on before the live, before me to come live. Because I was outside, I was walking and looking and just enjoying what I have. So let me give some hellos. Let's see, where's that box? Right there. I don't want live chat. There we go. Y'all were in here. Like, woo. Hello, Adrian. Hey, Mo. Julie Parker. Yuda. Hello, hello. We got Pinka in the house. Quixote. Hello. Okay, let's go on down. April. Again, I'll be on your channel at night, but listen, girl, I fall asleep. I don't even start chatting, but it's still good to be hanging out. And then you were on the other day. It's like, wait a minute, what I miss? Dun 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 dun. Zal is here. Hello, hello. Tammy! Tammy said I can only stay for a few minutes, but wanted to soak in the love. Tammy, it's so good to see you. Eddie, of course. Oh, where'd it go? Everybody left. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. Tammy, when's spring break? I get the grandkids. They'll be on spring break next week, so they'll be here next week. Spring break. I don't know how that's gonna work out. This week I'm busy. Hi, Lindaville. We got some things going on. Heather, hey Heather. 7 more work days. All right, you keep hanging on. Keep hanging on. I wanted to give you this. I wrote this down. I did some other things over there. Let me show you what I did from. Remember, I did this Monday, and the ink I want to use, I don't know where it was, but I used black, and I kind of didn't like how it went. My brush was, so I kind of left it alone. I didn't even worry about it. But it's joy and peace. And then Grace was gonna go over there, but I got frustrated, and then I stopped, and then Eddie went live, and then I just stopped doing everything, and just sat down and concentrated on just being in the moment. So I was happy of that. Hi, Lydia. Hello, Mr. McCoy. Hey, Lynn. Y'all coming on in. We're going to get this party started because I got another one. I'm probably going to write on this. Paint on this. I've already written on it. But rewrite your story. Start today. Because if you remember Monday, we were talking about rewriting the story. If you don't like what's going on, you don't like your life, if it sucks and you walk around pissing on everybody because you're unhappy, then you get to rewrite that story. When you wake up in the morning, you get to say how you want the day to be. And that's kind of what I've been having to do the last couple of days. But rewrite your story. Start today. Yesterday is gone. It ain't a daggum thing we can do about yesterday. Absolutely, positively nothing. Nothing. You hear me? I can't do anything about what happened yesterday. Can't do anything what happened last week. But what I can do is I can control what happens right now and plan for even tomorrow or next week and then continue along that way. Today is wanting to bless you. You have to give it a chance. You can't let today be, you can't let today take the joy away from you today because of the mess that happened yesterday. It's kind of what I want to say. Hey, Mary Brown, you get me? Does any of that can anybody attest to? They've just let some past situation just steal your joy, right? I want to give a shout out. Today is number 7 of my children, Andrew. It's his birthday today. And it's also the sadness of my dad passed that morning. Andrew was born that night. And my dad died like 5 o'clock that morning. He was my stepdad, but he was my dad. And so that was a situation where I realized that God can bless and he can take away and then bless in the same time. And it was the hardest thing I had to do was giving birth with all of the pain. So like I did was doctor's like, well, we're gonna have to give her cesarean. I was like, oh, hold on, let me get my life together. Hold on. And I took all of that hurt and all of that and I pushed that puppy right on out. And we went on about our business. So March the 11th is a blessing. It's a blessing that I had. My stepdad was, like I said, he was in my life since I was like 8, 9. So he was my dad. He was my dad. He would always tell me, I'm your stepdad. I'm not your dad. It's like you're here. You put food on the table, you put clothes on. You're here. You it. Now we stuck just like that, and nothing you can do about it. So along with him came a lot of blessings, a lot of fun. He would always say when he was a functioning alcoholic, he would always say, "Thanks for the memories." And so that just when he passed, and I was just like, thanks for the memories. And so today, celebrate my son's birthday, and also celebrate the great memories of his name was John. We called him John E. His name was John Edward Thomas. So that's just how. So that's what we're doing today. We are celebrating life, right? If you don't like the story, rewrite it. Have grace in rewriting. Have peace. If you had something to do with the past and it was your fault, accept it so that you can have peace. And we always want that joy. I'm probably going to slap some paint on that, so I'm going to leave it over there. But if you are here right now, you are here right now. You are here right now. You are still breathing, still creating. You are still trying. Rewrite the story now. The operative word here, still. You are still here. No one had to send a message or no one had to send a note on Facebook to inform your friends or your crafty people that you're no longer with us. You're still here. Yep, he definitely was the man he was the man that stepped up in my mama's life. I already had a man that was there, but and both of their name was John, because my uncle was the one that really had the most influence in my life, and his name was John, and then my stepdad's name was John. I thought that was very, but John Edward. All right, you got the message. This is the message for today. If you don't get anything else, if I push done, finish, I ain't doing nothing else. I ain't saying nothing else. I'm not painting, whatever. If I choose to, I want you to get this message. You are here. More so, you are here. Because it's not a if you are here. You are here. You're here, right? Because you're still breathing, you're still creating, you're still trying. Don't give up. Now I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to have a little conversation. I want y'all to sit back, get your journal, get your coffee, whatever you're going to do. Paint while I paint, because I'm going to slap some paint on some paper. We're going to grab some brushes and some things. So I'm going to do that. But real quick, I'm going to give you a little, look here. I pulled out all round brushes. Karen, you know that's not cool. Hi, Lexi. Lexi, what's up? We're going to choose that one. And then we got to get another size because you know we just can't go in with the round brush, although I can. That's my filbert. We'll use a little one. And that's what we're going to do for right now. And then this one will come out. And then maybe another one. I don't know. I'm trying. Okay. Don't have my coffee. I'm not going to worry about it because it's, y'all know I still don't have air conditioning in my studio. So it's really, really it's okay. It's okay. I want to talk about quiet. I want to start out with the word quiet. And let me give a little bit of, let me give a little bit of a backdrop real quick. Because I said earlier, what do we call it? When you go to classroom, teacher give you house rules or classroom rules. So we're going to have some classroom rules. We're going to pay attention because other people are paying attention. Other people want their hearts to be filled with joy. They want to have peace. They want to know how in the hell this girl continues to show up online on some of the worst days of her life. So give everybody in chat, a little space to just spread their legs and, relax with their coffee or drink or whatever. And just be intentional in this moment to be here. Quiet. Quiet does not mean nothing is happening. Quiet often means the most important work is taking place. We live in right now, we're living in a world that celebrates noise. You got Instagram. Instagram is hot. I think more people is on Instagram and TikTok watching the quickness, the fastest, the loudest stuff. They want to celebrate the noise. You get the big announcements, the big gender reveals, the dramatic moments, even fights that happen to take a young lady's life. A regular fight. She was bullied, got off the bus. She's no longer with us now. But sometimes we just need to be in the moment, to be quiet, because the real transformation rarely arrives when we're not, when we're just so noisy and we're doing so much. Just be quiet. Relax in it. Listen. Think about it. Write down some words that might resonate with your heart. Think about something if it kind of step on your toe and be like, oh, didn't realize that. Those are things I want you to do right now. Quiet is where reflection happens. Reflect on something that might, like I said, might touch your heart. Today I went down the two sides. I went down memory lane of thinking about my dad, and of course, my son is still living, still here, and all the things. So, thought about some plans, but then I just sat because the quiet is where you hear your own thoughts, and that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear from me, not anybody else. I wanted to hear from me, so I had to sit, and I just like, you know what, that worked for me. Let me share that. I'll share that when I get on the live. And so I kind of wrote it up a little bit. But quiet is where you hear your own thoughts. And let me tell you this, if you don't like hearing your thoughts, then you need to rewrite the story. Because I like hearing me. I was talking to Mariah yesterday. I was like, I don't need nobody to hype me up. I will hype me up, celebrate me. Because why? When I get up in the morning, what I say, y'all put it in chat if you know what I say. What I say when I wake up in the morning. Tell me what I tell you you should say when you wake up in the morning. Tell me. And quiet is often where you kind of realize your resilience and your perseverance. Like you kind of put on that air about you and be like, you know what? A lot of things happen, but I'm still here. Right? Because when everything is loud and exciting, it kind of keeps you moving, going, and fast, and always in the fast lane, always going, doing. Energy carries you forward, so you kind of gotta slow down because momentum feels sometimes for people unnatural, but it feels natural for me. Hey, Vicky. Mariah says she loves her thoughts. And the quiet seasons of life, sometimes they are different. Sometimes they need to be different. You know what I mean? They need to be different. Oh, this water might not work for me. No, I put ink in it. Hold on, not gonna work. Let me toss it out the door. Because that is too dark. Or do I just have another one? Because that's still some good water. No, don't throw it away. We'll just get some more. That was satisfying pouring that water. Hi, Darcy. In quiet season, sometimes there, sometimes it depends on who is in your life in the quiet season. Oh, and the other thing is, don't invite everybody into the quiet season. Everybody does not need to be in the quiet season, right? But there's no applause in the quiet season. No visible results yet because it's quiet. No dramatic confirmations that are there, but you know because you will feel it. You just have this little feeling, right? You'll get kind of like, oh, I'm just feeling kind of different. I'm feeling kind of funny. And it's because you're taking the time to sit in the moment and realize what's going on in your life. And here's the beautiful truth about quiet seasons. They really, really, really refine you. Darcy, are you clear? You still cleaning that studio? Oh wait, nope. She said making supper. Mr. McCoy asked me, he's like, did she finish cleaning it up? And I was like, well, she cleaned it up enough, but I don't know if she's going to do another video showing the great reveal. So, Mr. McCoy has been watching videos and things. And when you're in a quiet season, you get to kind of think about things because, let me think about it. While I was walking and I was giving myself my usual pep talk, because I had a dream that I literally slept through today's live. And so I kept keeping myself very, very, very aware of what was going on. So when Eddie went live, I was like, okay, great. I'm right here in the studio. Ain't no way in the world I'm going to sleep. This is yumminess on this screen. I'll be okay. Because for whatever reason, it was like I'm not sleepy, but I had a dream that I slept through the live. So I was just like, oh my goodness. And I woke up very panicky. Quiet is preparation. So sometimes when you grow, when you get when you're quiet, the roots kind of can relax you, and you can kind of get so like in tune with what you're not doing that you kind of get stuck there. But don't make a mistake. That it wasn't a bad thing. It was just that I needed to be in the place so that I can do um, so I could really be here and be intentional today. Okay, Darcy, Mr. McCoy, if you listen, Darcy said that she'll have video. The reveal will be tomorrow's video. Sometimes quiet simply means you are growing in ways that cannot yet be seen. That's what it reminded me of. Like right now, I'm in some quiet areas of my life, some quiet areas, and I'm doing some things purposefully that just does not require a lot of attention because I mean I don't require a lot of attention first of all, and in the places that people want to celebrate, then I have to let people in to those parts of it. But then the other part, if you're one of those people that you need people to celebrate you, I'm going to challenge you to take maybe 30 minutes a day to be in the quiet space, to don't have anybody in your space, don't get on YouTube, don't call no friends over, don't have lunch. I'm challenging 30 minutes. Just give yourself 30 minutes. Get your journal, get a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, or something like that so that you can give yourself time to just see what it's all about, see what the world is going to give you. Because that in the quiet space is where the perseverance will kind of come along, because if you got something that's going on, um, when you say when people say, oh man, you're so resilient, resiliency and perseverance means that I've had to go through something. right? I've had to go through something. And so what I want you to do, what I want you to think about is perseverance is not it's not glamorous. When somebody tells you that, oh, you've persevered and you all of that, just remember this. You've gone through something, and then I want you to give yourself credit for going through something, right? Because you might need to sit in the quiet and just celebrate yourself, not in public, but just celebrate yourself. And this is, we're not looking for the trophy version of you. We're looking at the 2 o'clock in the morning you, right? Not the version that ends with a headline that says, look how amazing this turned out. Right. So, like Eddie, if you weren't on live today, you would have been celebrating in the quiet when you did those three amazing pulls that you're so happy about. Those quiet moments when you're talking to yourself and giving yourself time to really be in the moment, those are the times, those right there is what I'm talking about. And that kind of perseverance, it happens when nobody's watching. The kind where you wake up and say to yourself, I will keep going. Even though the results don't look obvious, you'll be like, oh Lord, it's just not working for me today. I don't know what I'm going to do. Those are the days when you're just going to kind of keep going, keep persevering, keep showing up, not for anyone else, for you. Because remember, you have to show up for you first. You're not here to show up for everybody else. That's not your job right now, especially if you're rebuilding. Especially if you're rebuilding. If you're rebuilding your life and you're rewriting the story, right? Then you want to show up for you first, because when you show up for you first, you get to write the story that is for you. Because remember, I told y'all, I go through most of the things I go through. I go through over here in my life. I go through them for myself first. And then once I've learned a little bit, I'll be like, hold on, maybe somebody out there might need to hear that. Somebody might need to know that. So the glamour, that's not what I'm talking about. If that's what you want, then that's not what I'm talking about. I don't think I'm talking to you now. I don't think I'm talking to you, right? Right now, I'm talking to the people who really want to put the rubber, they want to put one foot in front of the other, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, 6 steps forward, 2 steps back. They get the process. Those are the people that I'm talking. That is the road that most people will walk. But what I'm talking about, everybody else, if it's not for you, I'll tell you like the preacher tell us in the church. Put it in the freezer, and maybe it'll resonate with you later, right? Maybe. Don't know. But even though the results are not obvious yet, maybe it's not exciting you because it's not your thing. Don't worry about it. Put it in the freezer. Some of us need to hear how to navigate through. So that's why today we're going to talk honestly about perseverance and what it really looks like, because not every season of life is radiant like these flowers I'm kind of slapping down. Not, it's not, because not every season you want to talk about. Like, it wasn't always a season where I want to talk about my son, or like today is the anniversary of my dad's death. I didn't want to talk about that, but something good happened today as well. My son was born 3/11/97. My dad died 3/11/97. You see what I'm saying? You can't separate it. I can't separate. I don't care how much my thought process want to. So what I did was thought about the good things. I didn't think about the fact, oh my God, he's dead, he's gone, he's not gonna be here, he's not here anymore. I didn't think about that. I thought about what good he brought into my life. I thought about all the times he made me laugh, right? So the highlights, because life is gonna happen. It's gonna. Oh, Darcy, really? Look at see, look, 3/11. We can celebrate. We can celebrate. We can celebrate the happiness and the joy. I mean, goodness gracious. And all of the fun, because so that's what I did this morning. I thought about all of the fun. I was just like, oh, and I thought about calling my mom, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna call her, because then she might say something that just kind of like rock my world, and then I'd have to go back and give her a whole conversation piece, because that's usually what I have to do with people in my life. They're just like, they don't get it. How in the world you just continue to just go on like life didn't happen? It did. It did happen. It did happen. But the road ahead, the long road ahead, it's going to have more of that in it. It's not going to always be glamorous, right? It's going to be, I feel like my life has been consistent and steady. I feel like I wake up and I get to do the work without excitement all the time, but I do bring peace, joy, and grace into it. It's going to have those things. And if it's staying faithful to my direction, then nothing is going to disrupt my path of walking forward. That's what perseverance is, right? It's not the fireworks, it's not the hype. It's not, oh, I'm doing great, I'm over here. Because if I did do that, then I'd be lying to myself. And I don't want you to lie to yourself. I want you to tell yourself when you hurt, tell yourself I'm hurting. Tell yourself I'm hurting. That hurt. And then give yourself a narrative that is going to get you through it. That's what we call perseverance. That's what I call perseverance. That's how I do it. It's like, how do you show up, Karen? Hey, I went to create joy. I get in the studio, I slap some paint on some paper, literally. Pull the gel plate out and brayer the heck out the gel plate, because it doesn't hurt the gel plate. It can take it, right? Happy sad. Yes, I like that. Happy sad. Hey, Kathy. The other thing is, one of the hardest parts of perseverance is that sometimes it kind of feels like you're invisible. Nobody gets to see it, but you're still growing, even though nobody sees it, or especially if you're not doing it publicly. Nobody, maybe, no, maybe, I don't know, but I want you to give yourself credit, because you're still here, you're still breathing, you're still creating, you're still trying. Don't forget, that's the takeaway today for sure. If you don't get anything else, still breathing, you're still creating, and you're still trying. Give yourself that credit. Even whether anybody applauds you, celebrates you, that's going to be the key to your quiet growth. I'm still here, I'm still breathing, I'm still creating, I'm still trying. Because people often sometimes feel discouraged because they think progress should be dramatic. They think like when you're on stage, or all the singers and everybody in the world that's famous and got all the money in the world, they think that, oh, they just got it going on. A lot of those people end up taking their own lives because they can't handle the pressure. I told y'all Monday about the young man, Lil Papa, that passed away by his own hand. And it was mental, the pressure. He was very famous, had it all, had all the things, and people could look and be like, I don't understand why. Because it's a lot of pressure. And when you really, really concentrate on yourself and not worry about what people are gonna say, that is when you get to show up and be you, which is me. I get to show up and be authentically me. Like, so much so, I had to have a conversation with Mariah yesterday on my way to the doctor's appointment. I was just like, hold up, we gotta have a conversation, gotta spit some things out, gotta talk about some things. And we did. But that's real transformation for me. And it happens daily in my life. Now, sometimes what I have to have somebody to sound off to, gotta have somebody to sound off to. But the choice it got me up again. The choice gave me the opportunity to do what? Forgive myself. And the choice gave me the opportunity to forgive first me and the situation. And to know that, sometimes small decisions compound over time. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Graham. Right? The choice. It's a choice. Hey, Allie K. It's a choice. The choice to get up again. Like, I could have came and like, you know what? Monday was rough. I'm not doing Wednesday. It's canceled. But the choice was to get up again. And the choice is you're moving in a new direction. Because of the quiet time that I took, I realized, oh my goodness, it's growth. It's growing. I'm growing. I'm still here. I'm still creating. I'm still breathing. I'm still trying. I'm still navigating some new things. And that's what I want to get. I want to really, 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 really. I want somebody that maybe you're just like, I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick. I don't want to do it no more. Because those small decisions kind of compound over time, and just like, oh, I can't take it no more. I don't have any more room. I don't have any more physical room in my mind. I can't do it no more. I want you to think about something for a moment. There are things you are stronger about today that once nearly broke you. Think about that. I'm trying to tell y'all, I had to go dig deep. I had to think about some people that I've had in my life. And it's just like, hey, you, you got through that, you did that, what'd you do? Didn't you learn from that? Use that for information. Remember I said Monday, I think I said it Monday, I use the past for information only. We don't dwell in the past, or we use the past to write a better script, right? Rewrite the story now if you don't like it. Okay. At one time, you did not know how you could survive. I've lost two children. You couldn't have told me in a million years that I would survive that. You couldn't. But here I am, sharing how. Sharing how I do it. How I do it. And it's not how I did it, it's how I do it. Because it's a daily thing. Oh my God. I have to die to self daily. Because it's not, and at the end of the day, I've learned it's not all about me. I'm not going through all of the things that I'm going through for me by myself. I get on here on Mondays and Wednesdays and I share with you guys. When something really hits me in the face and be like, ding, I'll be like, oh wait, let me share, let me write that down. Let me kind of navigate around that, because somebody might need that. If I needed it and it just almost knocked me off my rocker, let me share that. I like that. But I don't want all of them like that. So, but that's a good kind of color. I'm going to leave it off. Oh, well, don't worry about it. Hey, Vanessa. Not sure if I said, hey, Vanessa. Let's see. Vicky said, I did this yesterday. Focus very, sometimes interesting, urgent, or rewarding, and may even over concentrate. Yeah, yeah, Vicky. Yes, absolutely. I did this yesterday. Maybe I'm stayed awake for an hour. Yeah, I mean it works. I will, like, if I get sleepy, usually right before. Sometimes if after I've eaten and if I get sleepy, I will not take a nap. I will take a walk, because sometimes that's just your body saying you just need some energy. You need to kind of move around, do something. And usually once I've taken a walk, I've and then depends on what I do on the walk. I don't want that color. If excuse me, but I feel better and I'm not sleepy anymore, because if I take a nap during the day, then that's gonna mess up my sleep pattern at night. And y'all know I don't want my sleep messed up. Let's see, are we gonna pull these down? Yeah, let's pull these down. But I don't like that color. Got to mix it with some green. Okay, let me talk about this palette real quick. This right here, these are gouache over here. These are gouache. These are different brands in here. Those are Dots and Dust. So these are handmade watercolors right here. These over here, I think, are Daniel Smith. But these right here are gouache. U-Track gouache. And I said I was going to do some layering on top of these. So I chose these colors. But they're not making me happy right now, because I ain't got a green in there I want. And we're going to have to mess up the palette. Oh, get back in there. Oh no, these are, wait, what is that? Holbein. These are Holbein. That's Holbein. That's what it is. Holbein, Holbein. I like Holbein. All right, let's mix that up, because I want a funky green. Play that funky music. I want a funky, funky green. Like the funky Cold Medina. Oh, that might work. Let's pull that one down. Pull that one down. Everybody gets one. Pull that one down. come through there. That one needs to have two. One through there. Pull that one down and pull that one through there. A little bit through there. Boop, boop, boop. And bring it on down there. Okay. Boom. Had to make sure everybody got one. There are a lot and hot through. It was like I was finally came out and it took years. I'm a stronger person now. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit about for what we've overcome. I don't. I really don't. I think we. Oh, that was purple. Dang, I didn't realize that, but that was pretty. Ooh, did y'all see that? I might have to rewind that later and check that out. But one of them. But and I'm guilty of that. I'm gonna put my hand up and I'm gonna stand up and be like, "Yep, that was me." Um, I did not give myself credit for the things that I've overcome, the life that I've lived. I didn't. And I really didn't do it, and I want to say for real, until after my son's death. And I'm going to say it because a lot of the things that I'm telling y'all to use, like the quiet time, and tell yourself that you're still breathing, you're still creating, you're still trying, you're still here. Those are things that I didn't do after my daughter's death. Remember I told y'all I did what the church folks says. I got on with my life because it wasn't something I was supposed to be sitting there just crying and all the things. It wasn't a good Christian girl. So after my son, it's just like, but being a good Christian girl, I was hurt, broken, and I needed to figure out how I was gonna get through this. And I know the way I did it before, it didn't work for me. Not putting anything out there on those that are Christians. That's not what I'm saying. I am definitely a believer in God and believe in, He sent His Son to for the sins of the world and all things. That's what I'm saying. But He does want me to be honest and real. I think we've been fed a whole lot of the other malarkey and all the other bull crap. It's time for somebody to stand up and say, look, God ain't mad because you tell him how you really feel. He already know how you feeling. But when you get to tell yourself, be honest with yourself and tell yourself how you feel. Now that's when I think he's rejoicing and doing the happy dance up there and just really like, oh gosh, she finally said, I hate myself. Or she finally said, I hate what happened to me and it was my fault. Or when she says, it was my fault, it was his fault, it was her fault, whatever. But you got to take on responsibility for your role in whatever it was. I never should have been there. I never should have went there. I never should have did this. I never should have did that. Self, you got to take responsibility. The choice starts with you. Okay? And I want you to think about that. I want you to really, really think about it didn't break you. So own it. Own it. I used to think that when I was married in my first marriage, and I continued to stay married because I didn't want to be a statistic. I didn't want people talking about me about yep, oh, there's another one, yep, she divorced and da 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 da. I didn't want that because I had heard church folk, church folk talking about it, and then they want to basically make you like an outcast, like you're just so bad. Oh, you got a divorce. I'm just like, well, it's better me get a divorce instead of continuing to screw around like you're doing in your marriage. So you're telling me that's right? So I'm just like, no, I'm gonna sit out here. We're gonna call a spade a spade. We're gonna call a dog and a cat a cat. We're not gonna sit up here and make it seem like these people that are going through things in life that they are terrible people. We're not. We're going to spread a little love. We're going to have a little grace. Going to give them a little bit of grace. We're going to give them a lot. We're going to give them grace, especially if they're trying to overcome some of the things that they've endured in their life. We're not all perfect. We've all been through something. We've all been through something. But what I want you to remember, the very thing that you went through that you thought was going to break you, it made you stronger. Anything that you might be going through right now, it's going to make you stronger, make your faith stronger, make you not sit up and be wallowing in it, just like, oh, woe is me. How you doing today? Oh, Lord, I don't know. Well, I guess I'm going to be all right. No, I'm here. I'm happy. I'm breathing. I can't control what's going to happen, but I'm going to stay in the fight. But you're here. You're still moving. You're still growing. That's how you stand up and say, I'm persevering. How are you doing today? Oh, I'm persevering. It's a little rough, but I'm persevering. I'm still moving forward. I'm still here. And most of the time, nobody's going to applaud that. Me, myself, I don't care. I really don't, because I'm going to tell myself, girl, you the best thing that God woke up this morning. Now we're going to get this thing. We're going to go about it today. We're going to go in there and wash our face, brush our teeth, go get us some coffee, get something to eat, deal with the dogs or whatever. Getting out of the bed, brushing my teeth, washing my face, and then getting the coffee. Those three things definitely going to happen. Mr. McCoy want to talk to me before I get that cup of coffee. I'm just like looking at him like, what, dude? Like, well, let me get this coffee first. And I just feel like I need to get my coffee before I open my mouth. I feel like I want to get my coffee before I say something crazy. Because usually while I'm fixing my coffee, I am kind of thinking, having some mental prayers, and, kind of assessing my day. Because the only thing that I've planned in my life for sure, are doctor's appointments, Mondays and Wednesdays live. And that's pretty much it. Everything else, I kind of let it happen organically, you know? So at the end of it all, perseverance. Going through what you've gone through, tell yourself you still matter. Tell yourself you still matter. It's going to be okay. We're not going to stress over it. We're gonna hone in on what's gonna make us better, and then sometimes you just have to surrender to it and go to bed and just be like, I'll try again tomorrow. Sometimes it just, I don't care what, sometimes what you say, what you do, who comes, what you eat, who shows up, what you drink. Sometimes you just gotta surrender and say, I just can't do it no more. I'm good. I'm gonna go on. Sometimes that's what you have to do. And that doesn't make you weak. That makes you honest with yourself to say, I just don't have it in me. Can't do it no more. I'm gonna go over here and sit down, watch this movie, and then it might start watching me. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because in order to be honest with yourself, that's where the confidence comes. And that's where over time you build confidence to where you can say, you know what? I really don't need to worry about that right now, because it's going to be okay. Confidence doesn't appear magically. It's something you got to work on too. Confidence it's built just like everything else. And the building material, you know what it is the discipline that you have in your life. Right? Did you come down? You didn't come down. Let's pull you all down. I know we don't like that word discipline. Sometimes, we don't like that word. Wait, discipline. I gotta discipline myself? Like, dang, that's why I grew up. I didn't want to do discipline. I don't want to wash the dishes. I don't want to go to work. I don't wanna. We're like a little kid in the grocery store kicking and screaming. But discipline is simply doing what you said you was gonna do. That's it. That's it. Doing what you said you're gonna do, even when the mood sucks, even when you don't feel good, even when the mood changes. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structure. Don't get the two mixed up. You're not trying to be motivated in a crappy day, but you are disciplined to build the structure. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline, that stays with you. No matter if you're laying on the bed, you're sick and not feeling good, you're still disciplined to still talk. You still can, in your thought processes, and be like, okay, I got this. Okay, I can do this. That's discipline. You're not motivated to get up and do a dance with it, but you're disciplined enough to, okay, I can do this. I got this. That's it. And the fascinating thing about the human brain is this: when you repeatedly keep promises to yourself, your brain kind of begins to trust you again. Remember, we talked about that Monday. You want to be able to trust yourself again. Forget about trusting somebody else. A lot of people don't even trust themselves. Remember, I said if a woman gets a divorce or a man gets a divorce, sometimes they don't even trust themselves with loving again, because especially if it was a tragic or just a bitter divorce or relationship, so they tend to break down and say, I can't do it. I don't trust myself with loving no more. But confidence is self-trust. So you get to trust yourself again. And then I want you to start beginning to say things like, I can handle this. I got this. I know I can keep going. I have done hard things before, and this is no different. The one thing I tell myself when things seem like they start getting hard and I start feeling like I'm just gonna just lose it, be like, girl, you stood by two caskets at one time. You got this. You walked away and you're still in your right mind. You got this. You can do this. I have confidence in knowing. It's not arrogance, it's just confidence in knowing that I've been through some hard stuff. Eddie said it on his channel. He almost had me in tears because it was just like I was like literally just sitting up here talking about what I was gonna like go over while I was watching him, and it's just like, well, golly, God, thank you for confirming that real quick. But that's what God does for me. He lets me know real quick. You're doing what I asked you to do. You're doing what you're supposed to do. Now I just want you to continue to be honest in the things that, kind of make you sad. But you've done hard things before. All of us have done hard things before. Maybe y'all haven't stood beside a casket. That's not what I'm saying, but you've done something hard. Whatever your heart is might not be my heart, but whatever your heart is, it's hard. It's hard to you. So you had to walk away or get up and deal with that. Your heart. It's about like sin. Sin is sin. There's no higher, lower level. Hard is hard. Right? That's it. So it's the ability to be stable in your life. And it's kind of earned. You earn. It's like I feel like we need to have badges to say kind of like I got this. We want you to kind of come down here and do this and kind of do that. Just plop you there and put you right there. Only because I like this color. That'll be that way. Downward. We don't worry about nothing else. Let's put plop, plop right there and a plop, plop right there. Here a plop, there a plop, everywhere a plop, plop. See how easy that is? Hey, Avalee. All right. We're not going to stress it. Okay, I used one, two. Did I use three brushes? No, we're going to go in with this one. Am I going to go in with this one? Let's see. Maybe. What was that purple? Was that purple? Yeah, that was the purple. Let's drop some in there. Okay. Anybody got any questions so far? Because, I get to talking and painting and, I don't want to negate the fact that you might have a question. Maybe. And if you don't, that's fine. It's okay. I just want you to remember if you don't get anything out of today, I want you to get you're still breathing, you're still creating, and you're still trying. You're still here. You woke up this morning. Give yourself grace. Okie dokie, give yourself grace. And hone in on some discipline because discipline builds brick by brick. It makes you resilient brick by brick. You have to go through it situation by situation. And if you've ever said, I don't know why I have to go through this, you're not going through it for you. You're going through it so you can share that story of how you got through it with someone else, right? And the beautiful place in the this is the beautiful place in the live right now. Like all of this yumminess right here is beautiful. Like it's not, and we ain't even got to go and do anything else. I just really feel like it's just beautiful right now. But I do want it to kind of dry because that's the way I'm going to layer on top of it with the what that other thing is with the gouache. Because I'm going to try to show you how I layer with gouache. Now we're gonna get big girl out here. Those look like poppies. Mm. They are definitely not poppies. Now I'm gonna show you what a poppy look like, or at least my poppy. I think. I don't know. I'm looking at them. I guess they kind of could, but the frilly on top of them. Rewrite your story starting today. Tell yourself, first of all, to rewrite the story, you do know you have to think about what the bad story was. So you kind of have to put it into words in order to rewrite it. That's a poppy to me. But then again, that's my poppy. So you got to tell yourself, and you have to be honest with yourself. Remember, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to tell yourself, Self says, okay, well, what's the problem? And then you say, um, I did such and such and such and such, and I'm just not very pleased with it. But I, and then you have to come back and be like, but I did it, right? I did it. See you later, Julie Parker. See you around the tube, right? So you have to own it. It's kind of like you got to own your crap. You do. You have to own it. You got to own your poop. You got to own it, and you have to own your dealings in it, right? Um, go over that. And when I say you got to own it, when you're writing a story, when you're rewriting your story, you can't say, I wouldn't have went through this if he or she would have just did this or that. That's not rewriting it. I want you to rewrite the story as in I did this and yes, I did that and no, I was responsible for the attitude of the other person or whatever. And then I want you to forgive yourself, right? I want you to forgive yourself because it's okay. Oh, I want the pink. Just give me the tip. There we go. Because today is wanting to bless you. Tomorrow wants to bless you, but you're stuck in yesterday. You're stuck. You can't let go. They did it, but you can't forgive them, right? I want you to forgive them, whether they deserve it or not. I've forgiven some people that Lord knows I don't feel that they deserve it. The people that took my son away, I definitely don't feel like they deserve it. But who does deserve it? Me. I deserve it. And in order to keep going, I can't continue to just dwell on what happened 6 years ago. In order so that I can move forward in the blessings and all the things that God is wanting to do in my life, I need Him to know that, yes, I can forgive. I can forgive something as tragic as that. I can forgive some people that I feel like just did some things and they still continuously do some things in my life. But I still get to forgive them. And if you don't, you'll burn yourself out. So I want you to commit to forgiving someone. Well, I'm going to talk about it till I'm blue in the face. Probably talk about it until the day I die. And I'm telling you something that it was hard for me to do. Boy, a sister can hold a grudge. You hear me? So I'm not telling you something that was easy for me to do. I am not. But I do know that it burned me out, and especially if I had to deal with these people over and over and over again in my life. I didn't want that. So I committed to myself. I made a commitment to myself is, you know what, we're going to show up. We're going to do what we have to do. We're going to have our boundaries around, like a white picket fence around my heart, so that I don't have to worry about being hurt. And the difference between burnout and steady commitment is perseverance does not mean that you're going to be exhausted through this process, right? But perseverance, because remember, you're dealing with people that maybe they don't care about you. I mean, seriously, just let's just put it on table. They want what they can get from you. There's no reciprocity, and they continue to show up. And a lot of times they're in the frame. Their family. We can't just dismiss them. We still have to hold on to them. They still a part of our lives. But what we don't have to do is be a constant garbage can for them. We don't have to do that. Okay. But perseverance, I want you to persevere. Burnout and perseverance, they're not the same thing either. Burnout happens when you try to live in an unsustainable pace with this kind of people that I'm talking about, right? And when everything is urgent to them, they want to make their problem your problem. I'm telling you now, don't make their problem your problem. Make your problem and let their problem be their problem. And when we believe we must constantly produce for other people, that's when I want you to back up and say, no, 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 hold on. I can't do that. I want you to make a commitment to yourself. Nah, I can't do that. Can't do it. Respect your own energy. And remember, respect yourself so that other people can respect you. Okay? You got that? It's a long road. Sometimes it's hard to tread, especially if you're a people pleaser like I was. But I want you to say something like, this direction matters enough for me to continue. And if it does, then continue forward. But if it doesn't, just say, no, I don't feel like it. Or just say no. Because remember, no is a complete sentence. We can say no. We don't have to have an explanation as to the no. Ooh, that one is very, very pretty. Oh, look at that. Probably should have put it the other way, but oh well, it's there now. All right. Rewrite your story starting today. Rewrite your story. And remember, rewrite your story in the sense that there's no going to be no applause, because when you tell all your bad stuff, you will start judging yourself because you feel like other people will start judging you. Don't worry about it. Continue doing the process. And continuing does not mean you're going to destroy yourself in the process either. So don't worry about it. But you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to move forward. You're worth it. You're worth every step that you take in your life. This is what I had to tell myself. I've walked away from some hard things. I am worth everything, every piece that I choose to want to have. I'm worth it. And anybody else that doesn't get it, I don't care. It don't matter. I'm working on me over here. I don't have to show up for the applause anymore. I don't. And I'm not here to compare my progress to someone else's highlight reel either. I'm not here to compare my YouTube channel. I don't even do that anymore. As a matter of fact, I kind of stopped looking at all of the analytics of it so that I can concentrate on the facts of I'm here because it brings me peace. And then I want to continue in this journey for why. It makes me have so much joy. And then I meet some pretty doggone amazing folks. I'm just here to tell you. You meet some interesting people. You meet some people that you have to adult, and I don't like adulting adults. I feel like people should be old enough, grown enough to do what they know is right and, have a little couth about them. I do, and that's just me. But everybody don't, they're not walking in that walk. They haven't done the work that I've done. It's difficult. It's different. We have different timelines. We have different circumstances. We have different callings. But the reality is this: some people are walking a different mountain entirely. They're in a whole different book than I am. Like they're speaking a whole different language than I am. The people that hear me, they understand my language. They understand the transformation that I'm trying to do and trying to still evolve personally. Perseverance requires focus, and I am streamlined focus. And my focus means I'm looking forward. I'm not looking sideways. I'm not looking out here to see what everybody else is doing. I am looking at who? Me. I look in the mirror. As I say, I'm the best thing that God woke up this morning and is. Then I have to map that out. What does that look like for me? Not me and Mariah, not me and Avalee, not me and Eddie or me and Vanessa. It is, what does that look like for Karen McCoy? I do not measure my path by someone else's map because a lot of people have not walked the walk I've walked. And I can't go to them and ask them for something and they look at me like, well, I don't know. So you have to know what you're worth. And as they said, used to say, if you don't know your worth and then add tax. You know? So I want to ask you this. How much lighter would your journey feel if you really, really stopped worrying about what other people thought, or if you would stop measuring yourself against someone else? Like, think about it. Don't, write it in your journal. You got to put it in chat, but it's something to think about. Remember, I want you to kind of think about a lot of the things that I'm saying because you're still breathing, you're still creating, you're still trying, you're still here. Imagine the freedom. And that's where I am now. When I tell you I don't care, I don't care. Mr. McCoy will say something. He'll be like, oh, you look nice today. I say, and do. Because I'm not waiting on the affirmations. I'm not waiting on the applause. I'm not waiting on any of those things. I do it for myself. Motivation fades from other people. They don't continue to applaud. Sometimes they just, and then if they get jealous, oh my God, Lord help. Because then they're not gonna applaud no more. Then they're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, well, you don't like me no more, and I'm gonna be like, what the hell you mean? I'm supposed to keep clapping about something you did last month? I mean, that's normal. That's human. People are like that. There are a lot of people that need that. Me personally, I just don't need the accolades. I don't. I like to do stuff, and if I do it, I do it because it brings joy to my heart. And get you get to reap the benefits of me being happy. Like Eddie gave me the props for sending the package and all the things, but that just lit up my world because I knew that Mel was leaving my little small town, going across to his big town, and then he was going to get it and it was going to make him happy. But it gave me so much joy. So if you've gotten happy mail from me, just know I'll be doing a little dance over here, like literally doing a little dance because we are in a place where we get to share that. We get to share that. I get to send you something that's going to make you happy. You know what I mean? And that matters to me. And I don't need to have accolades for it. It's just God has already given it to me. He's like, "Oh, daughter, here. You did something nice. Look, look." And it doesn't always come all the time. And I don't do stuff just to be doing it, but I do it for the joy of it because it makes me happy. I do it for look, the peace, the grace, and the joy. The grace is I need to give myself grace sometimes so that I can enjoy the peace. Because when you've lived in chaos all your life, you're in peace, you just feel like something's supposed to be happening. Like, wait a minute, what's going on? Wait a minute. There's no traffic, there's nobody cussing, ain't nobody calling me to want me to do this, and oh wait, you're used to it. So now that I get to live the last 4 years living out the peace that I live, oh my God, can't nobody get me out of this here place and talk about going somewhere to sit up and listen to some foolishness. You better get somebody else to do it. I don't want to do it no more. People call and be like, hey, we doing such and such and such. Hey, I'm good. I don't want to do it. I'm going to be walking around the ranch because we're flourishing. The ranch is breathing new life. Even with the creepy crawly things, you gotta watch out for them too. Bird trying to build a nest on the porch. I was just like, oh no, player, you gotta go somewhere else, cause you build that nest up there, just like the one that built the nest around on the other side. Snake came up there and took the eggs out the nest. I'm sitting right there in my rocking chair. Didn't even realize it till the man came in. He's like, it's a snake up there, right? Like where? Peace. That's the kind of peace I'm in right now. Snake wasn't right over my head, but he was close enough. If he'd dropped down, boy, I probably would have hurt myself jumping off the porch. Because I ain't jumped off the porch and since I probably was a tot. And I got a pretty high porch. So at the end of it all, peace. Y'all, I want you to know it. Claim it. Know when people trying to bring foolishness in your life. That's just, but it is interesting sometimes how things come back to you when you do what you do. But yes, he says, I'm not perfect. I know the truth and gave myself grace. Bible says I would never know all things. Yep, that's it. That's it. Y'all got it. You got it. Oh, we have some of those birds too. I keep hollering at them. Yeah, it's like, get on out of the way. I can't do it. I mean, I can give you different parts of, but not the porch. The porch is a it's a no zone for me. And I've only know because when the birds come on the porch, the snakes come on the porch because they're chasing the food. They're chasing the food. And I just don't want to have another one because y'all remember I told y'all Mr. McClure walked up on the porch and I was just like, hey, you don't see that snake? And he's just like, where? I was like, right there. Can you close the door? That's how close it was. He didn't see it. I have my head on a swivel. I can probably spot a snake a mile away. Be like, oh, that's a snake in the road up there. Now, if it's still in the road when I get up there and it's in my way, hey, fair game. Now, I'm not going to drive off the road and all of that, but I've accepted the fact that in order to have my peace, that I have to reside with some of the things that I just don't like. And so Mr. McCoy will tell you now, I don't run in the house, and I don't run and be like, oh, snake out there, whatever. I just be like, hey, it's a snake over there. If he over there by the time you get over there, you might want to take care of it. And I've learned to kind of leave the non-poisonous ones. We want them around because they keep the poisonous ones away, and they keep some other things away. So you kind of have to, you have to have your happy medium. Hey, stop talking about my vision. What vision? What are you talking about? Now, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm quite sure it's something that I said, but I don't think I said nothing that's your vision. So, being that he just put vision in there, see, that just made spark the story. Y'all know, like a little story time in between, so that I can give you some context to all the things of why I want you to stay rooted and motivating yourself and all the fun. Okay, this is it. So he was talking to me. I think it was yesterday, and he was talking about he was talking to a friend or somebody. I think he said at work. I think it was yesterday, and he said he was the oh yeah, it was yesterday. And the guy said that he lived in not seeing the snakes. Oh yeah, your vision in that way. Okay, yeah, you don't see, but you don't see him. He be walking all across the snakes. I don't think it had nothing to do with your vision. It's just you wasn't paying attention. It's like that bowl on the counter. But anyway, so he was talking about the talking to the guy, and the guy was stationed in Italy, and y'all know, if you don't know, my ultimate dream is to have a villa in Italy so that I can invite all my arty friends to come. All you will need to do is get a plane, get a flight to come. I'll have housing and all the supplies so we can craft and create together. But this is what is on my vision board, and it's the thing that I've asked God for. I think it's the big thing. I feel like it's the biggest thing that I've asked God for. That's what I feel like. And so he said he was talking to the guy, and he told the guy, he's like, yeah, I want a cottage, and I think he said a cottage, whatever he said, it was smaller. I said, hold up. First of all, that's not your vision, that's mine. And secondly, it's a villa, not a cottage. Don't downsize me before I even get it. And so I sent him a picture today because y'all know I shared it on my Instagram. I'm always putting it on my Instagram, dreaming. I'm over here dreaming because I know dreams, you manifest it, they come true. But you have to have something to reach for. You got to attain to put something, commit to something, give your mind something. Remember, rewrite the story. And I'm rewriting the story. I want to live in a villa 6 months out of the year or 4 months, just enough that maybe I can have two retreats so that my arty friends can come and we can hang out. And I also wanted to have like a week for mothers who have lost children to come and just kind of regain themselves. So it's not, remember what I said earlier, it's not just for me, it's for everybody. But I want it to be a one-stop shop. All you have to do is get your flight and get there. We even gonna have I want the whole thing to be where I even want where you fly into the airport. I want you to be picked up where they have a sign with your name on it. I want a chef. I want a pool. So even if you don't want to paint, you just like, wait, I don't paint, I don't gel print, I don't do none of that stuff y'all do. You can still come because it's about just hanging out. And you have to you definitely have to want to change your thinking. Now, if you got stinking thinking now, you got time. People with stinking thinking, we don't want them. I want you to be on the path of like you can show up here in the live stream, but if you're not trying to remove those negative thoughts, as a matter of fact, here, this is a good pause right here. I can let this dry and that dry. I got some words I want to read to you. Hold on, we're gonna read them real quick. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I ain't got to put my glasses on because y'all can't see me squinting. Where in Italy do you want your villa? Um, I'm not being picky right now. I would love for it to be near some water so we can go. But when I went to Tuscany, I love the rolling hills of Tuscany. So I don't want it to be in the city, but I want it to be at least 7 bedrooms and like 12 bathrooms or 12 bedrooms and 7 bathrooms, something like that. So I've seen a lot, but that's what I want. Okay, let's see. Um, okay, 42 dominant negative thought patterns. If any of these resonate with you, because remember the other day Carla was on here, and she's not here now because she on lunch date. She said she called herself stupid. She had to correct it real quick. Here's the thing: you will do these things because you're used to it. You know, stinking thinking. Like the thought process is just it's not yours. I want you to change it. That's all I want you to do. I want you to change it. Okay, if you any of these words, I'm going to read them off. I'm just going to go down. I'm not going to talk about them, but I'm going to go down. If they resonate with you or whatever, get a pen, get a piece of paper, journal about them, write about it, whatever. Remember, you're rewriting the story, so write the word down if it hits you. If it hits you, don't worry about it. Okay. Number one, I thought it was very interesting that this was number one. Abandonment. Do you feel like, see, I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Let me go. Abandonment, number one. Number two, anger, rage. Number three, anxiety, worry, or fear. They all in one box. Number four, betrayal. Number five, bitterness. Number six, blame. Number seven, criticism. Number eight, defensiveness. Number nine, disappointment or discouragement. Put them together. 10, distrust or doubt. 11, failure, frustration. 12, fear. 13, grief. 13 is grief. 14 is guilt. 15 is hatred. 16 is heartbreak or heartache. 17 is helplessness or hopelessness. 18 is hostility. 19 is humiliation. 20 is hurt, woundedness. 21, unsupported. Next word, stubbornness or shame, self-abuse, sadness, sorrow, resentment, rejection, regret, pride. Any of those, if it resonate, put it in your rewrite. You're rewriting the script. You're rewriting the script for your Oscar movie. Your life is yours. You get to rewrite. And if any of those resonated with you, there's some more because there's 42 of them. I ain't gonna read them all. There's some more. I read half of them. But if any of those resonate, write whatever it was down. Get in your quiet space, your quiet place. Give yourself a little bit of commitment. I'm going to take 30 minutes to talk about this. Give yourself a little bit of what direction you want to go in, what direction matters. If you might be going in a direction now and you'd be like, this isn't going anywhere, give yourself a plan. Don't just drop it, stop it, and move on, unless you can. And begin again. Because purpose, because doing that exercise is giving you purpose, and purpose reignites your perseverance. You're still here, right? And it's okay. It's okay. How much lighter would your journey feel if you just stopped measuring yourself with all of these things that you're carrying? It's like Mary J. Blige wrote the song. I think it was Mary J. Blige, Bag Lady. Like you're just carrying around all of this stuff. And if you take all of those words and just remember, each one of those words come with a bag of something that in your life has dug roots, and they are rooted. They're like weeds in your garden. And they keep coming back every time somebody says something, you get triggered. Next thing you know, then you're back to that stinking thinking. And then you got to have somebody in your life that holds you accountable and says, hey, we ain't doing that no more. We want peace. We want joy. We're going to give ourselves grace. We're going to create a happy place. And right now, what you just said about yourself, I don't receive it and I don't want you to receive it. And then that way, when you start showing up in life and people say something, you just be like, oh, they ain't talking about me. You won't say it out loud. But me right now, when I go in rooms now, or either like when I got family coming over or whatever, I'll be like, they still on that bus. I ain't on that bus no more. And unless they say something directly at me, meaning got that arrow and it comes my way, I'd be like, oh, you might need to deal with that because that's your problem. That's not my problem. That's just how it goes. But you have to do some work. You got to do some work. Erica Badu. Okay, Erica Badu do the bag lady. Okay, I know it's somebody. But you gotta let it go. 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 I see highlight. Welcome, Carrie. Oh, hi, Carrie. Welcome in. Who is new today? Needs. Oh. Let me scroll back. See this thing. Listen. Where's it? This came up on my feed while I had a free moment. Very good. Oh, I am happy. Listen. Hi, Michelle. I am so happy. I'm happy. When I get confirmation like that, that confirms that the beating that I was taking on the other side of this screen, that's just confirmation that God's just like, somebody needs to hear what you're going through. They're going through, and they need to know how you're going through it. How you doing, Karen? And so, therefore, that's why I'm here to share it. Because the rooted, the groundedness in me, all my prayer life, it wasn't for my prayer life, Lord knows, I probably would have canceled today's live because Monday was rough. And like I said, I had a conversation with Mariah yesterday. It made me feel better. I was happy about it. But I felt like I needed to do a little regrouping. But then it's like, God is like, nope, you're going to keep moving through it. This is how you do it. You show up and show people how they keep moving through when things don't show up and be the way they are. Life is not going to always be great and wonderful to you. It isn't, right? We are all different human beings and we have to show up sometimes. Sometimes you got to slap the crap out of somebody and let them know, yo, I'm going to let you do that. Doing a good job. It's doing good. It's working out. Okay, you got it. All right, cool. Okay? All right, cool. And move forward. And I'm grateful to say that I have people in my life that's helping me with the rewrite. Have I rewritten stories in my life? Oh, yeah, I'm rewriting the story every time you turn around. I had to rewrite the story after my daughter died. I had to rewrite the story after my son died. I had to rewrite the story about 3 years ago. After my son died, I actually literally wrote a book because I had to get those emotions out. I had to get that anger out. I was one pissed off sister. I could have went up and down the expressway just blowing some up. That's how angry I was. But my prayer to God was, look, we're not going to walk through this life angry. I know that you're here for me. I know you got me. I know this. Why? Because I've been here. I've been through it before. It was 12 years before that I was going down the same road. Not that color, wrong color. So it's like, I got you, but you're going to have to endure. I never said that you're going to have a life full of bed of roses and that it wasn't going to be hard, right? You have to go through some things. It's not always going to be great and wonderful. It isn't. But just know that I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you. You don't have to understand what's going on in your life. Just know that, just pray and ask God to give you the strength to get through. Just get through it. And I'm here to tell you that He'll be there for you. So this right here is gouache. And you will notice the difference in gouache and the watercolor because you can't see through it. Like it, love it, love it. We want some more of it. Ooh, look at that. And it's going to dry solid. It's not going to be like you can see the paper through there. You're not going to be able to see through this. This is why I love combining gouache with my watercolors. So we're just going to kind of sprinkle a little bit throughout this one. Not all. Not a bunch. Just a little bit. Give it a little bit of more definition. Yeah, that's the bottom leaf. Go on down there. Boom. There we go. Boop, boop. Carrie says, yes, I'm doing well and still on my journey. Thank you for the ups and downs and that are powerful for my purpose, just especially after fighting the beast. Yes, third watch prayer is in my signature on my paintings and crafts. Carrie, you got a channel? We need to know this. Is there a channel we can share and follow you? because we are a very supportive community over here. We like to support. Everybody was over with Eddie, and then they came on over here, and I'm very, very, very appreciative. Oh, I like that. Oh, that's pretty. Turned 60 on the 8th. Oh, happy belated birthday. I would sing, but I'm not. You know, I'm going to keep painting. Yeah, because if you got one that we can join you on a journey. That's what we're doing. Okay, and look, team replay. I've been trying to get better about remembering because I haven't forgot about you. Y'all come over there in the comments and y'all be on point. Team replay, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for coming. I do appreciate you. I do. Because it's usually I get Kathy Grant. Kathy Grant be on the replay for sure. I think she was in the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here. Kathy, you still here? Kathy had me. I forgot to do the puppies Monday, and I came back and did a live for just them. They got their new box. Well, they don't have their new box. They got the new. It's mulch time, so they're being potty trained now. And so I got to get them to where they walk out the room on their own, so they know their way to the door. Teaching them how to go to the door. Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, that's a lot. All right. Y'all know, as always, I have some takeaways. I got to give you some takeaways. I want you to walk away. The number one takeaway is you're still breathing, you're still creating, you're still trying because you're still here. Some practical ways that I want you to stay rooted with motivation. I mean, when the motivation fades, when it's kind of like it's just not there. And, I want you to return to the why. Why are you doing whatever you're doing? So when the motivation is there, the fanfare is gone, nobody's there to clap for you or whatever, ask yourself why. That's what I had to do yesterday. I had to ask myself, why are you here? And I did. I answered the question. And then it gave me joy. And it's like, okay, and then it just kind of my wanting to cancel the live today was yesterday's conversation, not today's. That was like in my thought process, it's just not gonna work. I'm just gonna regroup or whatever. But I had to think of the why. So I want you to return to your why when it's not glamorous, when whatever you're going through, when it's not whatever it is. But I want you to think of why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Why is this channel important to me? Then when you get your answer, write that. Why? Number two, I want you to shrink the next step. You're like, what? Shrink. Sometimes the mountain feels overwhelming. I want you to, kind of shrink it. Back in the day, in the old, like here in Alabama, they have they got old country churches around here where they be tapping the floor. Those were before they had that Hammond B3 and the drums and all the things. All they had was the floor. And so I went to a real good old country church, and they would sing this song. It's like climbing up the mountain, or something about the mountain. They will say climbing in mountain. And as I got older, I was like, I don't want to climb no mountain. I serve a God that is a mountain mover. So I stopped saying I was going to be climbing up a mountain. I was like, God, you lead that mountain. Don't move my mountain. Just give me strength to do whatever I need to do while that mountain's there. Because eventually I know if I just take the next step, take small steps, before you know it, I'm going to be on the other side. And I'll be like, Lord, how I got across that mountain? Small steps reduce the resistance. When you're concentrating on the small, when you just concentrate on the smallness, see the details in the smallness. And before you know it, it's over and you are already through a thing. It's kind of the way I look at people when they go and they have to do cancer treatments. And the next thing you know, they're standing there ringing the bell. And it's just like, oh man, I'm here already. Small steps. Don't worry about the big steps. Don't worry about what it's going to look like in the end. Concentrate on the small steps. So shrink the next step, right? Shrink the next step. The third one is protect your environment. Remember, we talked about those boundaries. Put them boundaries up. That's it. Ain't nothing else to say about that one. Just put them boundaries up and be okay because you need to protect your environment. And everybody you count, everybody that's clapping for you, they're not always for you. You can't always count on the clappers to be there all the time. Okay. Number four, celebrate quiet wins. Remember, I just said all the clappers. Celebrate quiet wins. You celebrate quiet wins. Recognize them. Some victories are simply you just being consistent in your life. You just getting up, showing up to work. Small things. Celebrate it. You got up this morning. You're still here. You're still breathing. You should be celebrating that. That should be, you should have wrote that down in your journal. Oh God, I didn't even realize it. See, because we don't celebrate the small wins. We think about it got to be big. I celebrate paying the light bill. I celebrate paying the water bill. I celebrate just literally getting in the car paying this $3.50 for gas. I celebrate because somebody sitting in the dark. Somebody couldn't pay the light bill. Somebody's homeless. See, there's always an alternative to a thing. And number five, rest without quitting. We talked about this earlier in the year because we're already in March. I believe this was in February. We talked about this. Rest without quitting. You have to, if you're running a race, you can't just, always, you can't run race after race after race. You can't run a 10K now and then in 10 minutes, well, however long it takes to run a 10K, and then get up and run another one. You got to give rest. And life is a journey. It's sometimes it's a marathon. Sometimes you just feel like you're in a real quick, whatever that quick one is, the sprint. And sometimes you feel like you're in that long one where you got to go around the track about 5, 6 times. That's life. Give yourself time to rest. It's not meaning that you're failing. You get to prepare. You get to do some what's that preparation in the resting. You know, I take a lot of time too when I'm getting ready because like now I'm getting ready for April content and praying and asking, where should I go? And usually I pull out my journal because most of my content comes from my life. I mean, that's the only way I can do it is to be authentic, is to show up as me. I can't talk about what goes on in somebody else's life. I have to tell you what happens in mine. And that gives me freedom. I don't have to worry about all the, can't believe you talked about me on your live. That's usually what I get from Mr. McCoy. And I'd be like, well, that's the way I show that I love you. Because if I didn't say anything about you, people might be like, well, she'll never say nothing about her husband. So now he gets it. Be like, oh, okay, cool. But the long road is where character is built, guys. Hey, Ivy Pearl. Hi, Jeanette. Oh, I saw another. Hi, Dory. We got some new names in here. Yes, no boil in the ocean. Michelle Lemon. Who in Alabama? Carrie, you in Alabama? What part of Alabama you in? Let me scroll down. Probably answer came maybe down there some more. Do 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 do. Beautiful. Feel the colors of. Oh, thank you. I like that. Carrie, shut up. I was in Montgomery. Me and Mr. McCoy we had brunch in Montgomery Sunday. Hush your mouth. I'm in Clayton, girl. Y'all hear that country came out? See, when we talk to each other, we kind of act like we gotta go back. I lose all education when you talk to your people. You just like, well, you gotta show up. You get to show up and be who you want to be. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I am a chameleon. I show up where I need to show up. Most of the time, I don't. I'm just a little country girl that happened to have traveled the world, thanks to Mr. McCoy. But here's the truth: the long road shapes people. It develops patience, wisdom, perspective, and depth. Anyone can celebrate a moment, but perseverance builds a life. If you are on a long road right now, I want to encourage you to keep walking. I want to encourage you to keep walking because I'm still walking. I always use the analogy I've walked away from not one, not two, but three caskets, two of them at one time. So keep walking. Even when the excitement fades, even when the outcomes feels far away, even when the progress feels invisible. Because here it is, the quiet seasons, they will not be wasted. They are formative seasons. Right now we're going in the spring. All the everything around here is in full bloom. I really wish y'all could smell the tree that's outside my studio. It is amazing when I open the door. But I take a good sniff, I smell it and like, oh, that smells good, and then I'm sneezing. We can't be in winter all the time. Can't be in summer all the time. Can't be in spring all the time. The seasons are ever changing. They're not wasted. And neither is everything that you go through is wasted. And one day you will look back and realize that those steady, ordinary days built the strongest parts of who you are. That's what I do. I remind myself. I walked away. I stood up. I screamed. And I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still moving. I'm still learning. I'm still creating. And you know what, guys? That's enough for me today. It is enough. She said, yes, my birthday. I was in Eufaula. Shut up. Girl, we need to talk. I'm from Eufaula. My family is in Eufaula. Look, I was in Eufaula yesterday. I was in Eufaula Tuesday. My mama and my grandma lives in Eufaula. I got all family lives in Eufaula. Let's put it that way. Send me an email. Email me. Now that's close. Where is, okay, I gotta do something. Hold on. I didn't connect something. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's the wrong color. See, I got excited. And yeah, we were in, literally, we were in Montgomery at, God, what's the place called? We went to First Watch and had brunch. Mr. McCoy had to get him some new uniforms so he can go to work looking snazzy. Yeah, they're looking all good on that gate for them women to come through. I say I can't tell y'all what I told him, but y'all, if you know me, you can only imagine what I said. If you know me, you know what I said. I had caskets of my family and my friends all too close together. I'm a nurse and I'm taking care of parents. So funny, we have probably ran into each other. Probably. Cause Montgomery is my we go to Costco because you know living here in Clayton ain't nothing here in Clayton, but Montgomery is my Michael's and Hobby Lobby the things that's where I go for my little getaway, get in the car and drive up there. A nice little drive. It's a nice little drive, literally from my house to what's that Chase Crossing is like 38 miles. Oh, okay. So y'all see the difference? Let me see if I can show you the difference with the other one. Ugh. Okay, see this one, and I love this palette. Okay, see how this one right here, I didn't do anything else on this one. All right, I did that one, so I did put some on that. You can see how that kind of sticks out, but it does the same thing right there, but with color. So, and you can't see through it. So it kind of makes it look like the real, like when you have a flower in your hand and the flower is budding, the inside of the flower is still, it's not bloom, but the outside, these are the grown up, I call them grown up, the layers that are ready to basically flake off. And that's kind of what it looks like. And then this one right here, because Julie Parker said earlier, it made her think of whatever them things was. I can't think of what they're called now. Them when I go and add this, then that kind of takes that away. It doesn't look like that. Darn, what was that flower again? Not pansy. Y'all know what it was. But yep, I should own stock at Michael's East Chase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, I went in Michael's because I had some coupons I needed to use before they expire. But there we go. So these, I told you I was going to paint over this. Now this is going to be something for me. Or maybe, who knows, somebody might get this in the mail, in their happy mail, because might need to remind them to have peace and give themselves some grace while they're making sure they hone in on their joy. You got to rewrite the story. Starting when? Today. It's never too late to rewrite the story. Yesterday is gone. Today is wanting to bless you. Live in the moment. Okay? Live in the moment. The quiet times in the moment. Zal says, I will keep the live up. Okay, Zal. I'm going to be here for a little bit. Let's see, it's 4:30. It's 4:30 my time, 5:30 you East Coast folks, and then, well, Julie Parker's gone across the world. Well, somebody else is in Australia too. That's a whole nother day away. I think it's Shauna. Shauna's still here, but poppies. That's what it was. Poppies. So, but this one, I'm 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 not done with it. I think I'm gonna do something else, but I'm liking this one. I really am really loving it, because this is what I usually do, is let them dry, and then I put the gouache. So watercolor and gouache go good together. And if you've never used gouache, get you some, especially if you use watercolor. There's a watercolor gouache, and there's acrylic gouache. But to me, they are, one's a little thicker, but they perform the same. You can't see through either one of them. All right, that's that. That's that. Now, I was debating on whether I was going to gel print, but Eddie just inspired a sister to want to gel print. And, that's all. Let's leave this one open. So, I'm not going to gel print, though. Don't be sad. Y'all don't be sad. Don't be sad. I got the puppies. Hello, Carol. That's what I say as I sit here. Who knows? Who knows? But I am going to pull some gel prints. I'm going to pull some. I'm always inspired when I visit your channel. Thank you, Ivy Pearl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Eddie did a long haul on his live. Y'all need to go check it out. Oh my goodness, it was so yummy. That's what I see there. Now that I'm thinking about talking about it, I want to do it. It's just like, oh. Are you gonna participate? Oh yes, you is. Okay, Carrie. Thank you for hanging out. We'll see you around the tube. Look at that. And I wrote on it. I don't think I wrote on it. I wrote on the paper that I pulled. Yes, I did. I wrote on the paper. Hey, Catherine. I've been missing you around. Oh, and members of the channel, don't forget, we will have our Zoom on Sunday, March the 22nd. That's our day. I'm trying not to show something on here, so I had to pull the paper off, but it don't matter. You won't remember anyway. And Eddie, if you're still here, I feel like I haven't seen that kitty of yours. Eddie's cat wanted to eat. He had to stop to feed the cat on the live. The cat was just like, no, dude. Feed me now. Feed me now. Look at that. Oh, look at my flowers in the middle of that. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And then you can kind of see the words on the back. This is me doing, because we got something coming up, right? So I was doing something, and I did it, but it didn't work because I did it wrong. So that's why I'm telling you about the steps that you're taking. Don't worry about the steps that you're taking. Sometimes you just got to keep walking, and then it'll work, because you got to have practice in what you're doing. You got to practice your craft. I didn't come that watercoloring y'all just saw me doing, slapping that paint down on that paper. It didn't come overnight. It came through some pain, some tears, some struggles. But one thing I continued to do was to show up and to practice. And I made a commitment to myself that I was gonna work. It was gonna work. Now I do it so much I have to slow down because I do it so fast. But there we go. And this color, do I have these colors nearby? This one is light olive green. That's light olive green with orange. It's an orange. These colors. And these are actually Master's Touch because, they were on sale. So it's like $3. So I grabbed them. But that's what these two colors are. I love that color. Because, and the reason I got that one, because when I was at Michael's on Sunday, they didn't have, I needed these two colors. Remember I told y'all I had my list so that I don't buy things over and have a whole overstock of colors. Not that they're not going to get used because they're going to get used. But that was that one. And I needed the lime green and the orange because, y'all know, we used up the lime green and the orange. So Michael's had they 40% off, so I got it. Not Michael's, Hobby Lobby. Carla, you finished with lunch? Finished my create date with Laura. She finished her never ending baby blanket, and I put some unicorns fit on the back of a gel printed tissue from Patricia. I ain't got none of that unicorn spit. Oh goodness. I need to condition this plate. So I made a paper. When we were in quiet time, Vicky asked, "When you pull what?" Oh, I like that, Mo. Oh, I like it. There you go. Hold on, I gotta write that down. That's gonna be what it's gonna be called. I like that. Did it look? I think I kind of said it, but I just didn't really. It didn't hit me until you just said it in the thing. Boom. Okay, she said, when you pull with hammer mill color print paper, do you need to pull it fast like rice paper? I don't know. Um, hammer mill, hammer mill, hammer mill, hammer mill. I pull it fast because, ain't nobody got time to be waiting on it to dry. That's me, but I'm trying to think. Usually, I haven't used hammer mill since I only use, well, let me put it this way. The rice paper, I pull fast because I don't have time to wait for it to dry. And so it's either or. Either you got to pull it fast because it's not going to let it sit there and then I can pull it up. Y'all have seen my tragedy with that. And if you're going to let it dry, then, of course, no, but. And it depends on the weight of the paper. Now, if it's just that regular paper, yeah, you got to pull it up fast because it's gonna. I don't care if it do dry. It's gonna. Yeah, I don't think I use anything less than 34-pound paper. Vicky, you still here? Lisa, hey Lisa, I got my Happy Meal today. Mr. McCoy, Lisa sent some seeds. She sent us some seeds, and it's called some Williams. And they're for you. But I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna put them in a little thing over by the rose garden. I'm not gonna put them in the rose garden, but I'm gonna put them by the rose garden because that's where all my flowers are. Thank you, Lisa, for my package. And I got it. I was like, oh, I like unexpected Happy Meal. Yeah, Victoria. Vicky, you still here? This is so. Last evening I was doing. Okay, your paper is 28 pounds. I would say yes, but now you're gonna have to. I ain't put it down in a while. Eddie, what size paper was that you were using today? Because you had one that was kind of sticking to it a little bit, but usually I pull it right up because you know me, I ain't got time to wait for it to dry. In the words of Darcy, nobody got time for that. I mean, but when you do, you do. And I will say this: when I do let it dry. Hey, Jackie, how are you? I haven't. When I do let it dry, it's on the heavier hammer mill. It is not on the lighter. And it wasn't hammer mill that I had. It was regular old Walmart paper. That I definitely have to pick up. I can't let that stay down because it eat it up. The stencil will be just pulling it all off. See, Eddie says I use 28-pound hammer mill copy paper. You can leave it down longer than rice paper, but also there are so many kinds of rice paper. And y'all know, yeah, because this one is rice paper that I cannot put down and start talking to y'all and then go back to pull it up. It will not. I have to let it dry. This is the best way this paper works for me is if I leave it and let it dry. So when I'm playing around and want to pull some prints and or doing a long haul, I gotta dab it and pull it up. I can't let it. This in particular rice paper. So all rice papers, that's a good one. All rice papers are not made equally. Can't say that. I have the 32 pound. Is there a difference in the pulley? The 32 pound, no. See, the 32 pound, you can do that one and leave it, and you can kind of play around with it. But that when it's lighter weight, you can't play around with it if you're gonna leave it. But no, that one, Carol, that's the one I have, 32 pounds. Now this one acting funky because I ain't cracked them edges, and I'm sitting up here talking to y'all. And then other thing that matters, that kind of plays a role too, is what kind of paint are you using? Listen at me. I feel like I done learned some things because I've learned that when I put certain kinds of paint, like craft paint, and use that 28-pound, use that 20, whatever that brand of Walmart paper is. Oh my goodness, you talking about a mess on the plate? It was a mess. It was a mess. It was so much mess. The student has become the teacher. Hey, I still ain't teaching. I'm just telling y'all. Be like, I'm gonna send you over there. Go on over there to PMR studio and let them teach you. But I know I'm learning some things. Eddie, I apologize. See how I just didn't give myself credit? Y'all see how that? See, this is what you have to do. Hold up. Let me walk that back. Eddie, you're absolutely right. I am able to teach a little bit more than I was day one. So I'm giving myself credit. See how you have to walk that thing back, y'all? That's how we do it. We're so used to telling ourselves what we're not till we don't even celebrate when we are. You got to see it live right here. That's what we have to do. Carla, I used you as an example while you were gone. Look at that. So I was playing with stamps last night through the paper and doing some things, singing what I like, that kind of thing. And but I really wasn't playing with stamps more so than I was playing with color. That's what I was doing, playing with color. Because I got these 4 new colors and I thought they looked good together. These 2 I needed, and these 2 I just thought they were pretty. Lake blue and sky blue. And again, they was on sale. They were $3. So that's that. 32-pound paper is my favorite all-purpose paper. I use it in my planner. Now, what brand? Is there a certain brand, Ivy Pearl, that you use? Karen, I'm on my long journey. You are all helping me tonight. Oh, thank you. Hugs and kisses. You got this. You hear me? You got this. Even on the days when you think you don't, you do. Tell yourself, hey, I got to give myself grace today. Lord knows we have to give ourselves grace. We don't give ourselves a lot of grace. We don't. We don't. I just got my first gel plate. Yay! I need to get some paint. What brand is best? Ivy Pearl, I would listen. I'm gonna tell you like this: if you got some paint already in your house right now, some already, use what you got. Start there, and that's what I did. I had craft paint. I had apple barrel paints, and I used that. And then once you'll know when you get tired of them. You'll know. Trust me, you'll know. It'll be like a light bulb come on and be like, yeah, I'm gonna try something else. This just don't feel like it's giving me all what I need. But I'm so happy for that first gel plate. Yay! I'm here a little bit behind in the stream now in 2 times speed. Ooh, Lord, what I sound in 2 times? I know I can't listen at myself in 2 times. I barely can listen at myself in normal. How many of y'all like that? You like hearing yourself? I don't. But when I was in college studying, I used to record myself and play it back. That was the only way I could kind of get it. So last night, yesterday, Monday. So Monday after the live, I was in a way. So I did a lot of, in the words of Darcy, painty papers. So that's what this was, a painty paper, and I did a lot pulling on black paper. Um, let's see. Let me show y'all what they look like. It's a bunch of them too. We got a whole basket. And remember, I told y'all I was pulling on scrapbooking paper. I did that. But these are on black paper. So let's start. These are my painty papers. I think this one's from a haul, McCoy mashup. No, this is from McCoy mashup. Because you can see he's there, but I ain't putting none on the back yet. I listen better at 1.5 to 2.5 speed. My audiobooks are usually set at 1.5 to 1/3, depending on the reader. Really? I like Alcantara barrel paint. It rarely gets clumpy and usually gives a good pull. Alcantara barrel paints does. So here's the thing, Ivy Pearl. Here's the thing. Okay, you use HP Hammer Mill 32 pound. Both are great. So buy whichever is on sale. Gotcha. I got enough paper. I won't have to buy paper anytime soon. And I got some more Yupo. But here's the thing. Here's the thing I probably want to tell you about paint from me. And I want everybody else that, does gel printing to chime in for your perspective. But Ivy Pearl, for me, I started with apple barrels. And then because I started acrylic, I started painting mixed media and all of that. So I had some other paints in the studio, right? I can talk and show at the same time. And what I did was, this is what I did. That's a new stencil right there by Christy Hartman. Hold on, let me get the information. It's called Wood Rose. It's called Wood Rose. Wood Rose. Because I was flipping and flopping it around, so you're gonna probably see it a lot. I was using the apple barrel, but then I went to something else I had in the studio. I had some other paint in the studio, and the consistency and everything about it was my Dina Wakley paint. It was different. And then when I went back to go use all of this apple barrel I had, it wasn't the same. So I said, wait a minute, so the paint must be different, right? And so then by now I'm, watching PM Artist Studio and looking at all the things, looking at all the paint and stuff that they got. And I'm just like, well, wait a minute now. You mean it's more paint? There's some other things I can use it? And that was my mistake, was using something else. So I want to challenge you to just, if you have some apple barrel paint, or if you have whatever paint you have, use what you have to get acclimated with the gel print and, and the process in itself. That's my advice to you. But when you go and you get, tell me after you done it several times, and then, we'll talk about what my favorite paint is. I will tell you this, they're right here on my desk. That's for sure. See, we did painty papers because I didn't have any painty papers. Look at the grunge in that. Is that not yummy? Ooh, Darcy, I thought about you when I did that one. Thought about you and Casey when I saw this one. I was like, oh, Darcy and Casey, they would love that one. Where do you find the paper on sale? Carol said, where do you find the paper on sale? That's a good one. Sometimes I can get it at Walmart. And then this one, look at that. Look at the grunge. This one cleaned off because So I did all of these on my 16 by 20 plate. I just put paint in the middle, just put paint all around, and then just, slapped it down. And because this side was already done. So I just needed to do this side. But you can see how we got the different colors. It cleaned the plate over here. Karen, what's that beautiful stamp on the green? Oh, child, oh, my bad. Just in case you're new here, see how I be again. Y'all got me in twice in one stream. Not celebrate myself. Oh, this is my design right here. These are my stamps. They're in the bath right now. Cause we put a lot of. That's the only way I can bring them on over here. Cause they're in the bath. They had to take a bath. They had a lot of paint on them. Well, they still got paint on them. But these are my stamps. You can grab these stamps at the link that Mo just put in the chat. This is Joshua and this is Tanika. They're in memory of my two children who have passed away. This is what I'm telling you about. Keep going. Keep going. The journey is not in the one event that happened to you. The journey is also in the things that you survived. Now I get to look at these puppies right here. Oh, I gotta put some more stuff. See, it's still got stuff in them. Keep going. It's worth it. Keep going. Keep praying. I'll keep praying. Let me know when you need me to pray for you, because I do say prayers of the righteous availeth much. Commit to the next step of your journey. Office Depot and Staples have paper on sale from time to time. Oh yeah, I don't even know the last time I've been in one of them. But and then that's Darcy's stamp right there, and that's Becky's beads stamp right there. Who else is over here? Yep. And I can't remember who that stamp is. Who's this stamp? Hold on, I got it wrote on there. Oh no, I don't either. Whose stamp is that? Can't remember. I had some then there's, look at that painted paper right there. Oh cha. That was a McCoy mashup, so I put that on there, and then some other stuff around the side. Ivy Pearl, keep us updated though. Let us know how it works out for you. But definitely that you got the right paper, the heaviness of the paper. And the best thing you can do for yourself is to play around with it. That's how I really learn a lot of the things that I know I like and don't like now. Like Darcy freed me up with the because I thought I had to let it always dry, and Darcy's like, well, ain't nobody got time for that, and got time to be waiting, let it dry, just put it down and get what you get, and then you get these pretty painted papers. Even when you don't let it dry, you still can use a stencil and get these beautiful papers. So it's Darcy's fault that I don't let stuff dry all the time. It is, and I love it. Because sometimes speaking for me, sometimes I become overwhelmed in, I want to see what I want to see, and I don't have time to wait. Y'all know about that? You want what you want, and you want it right now. And in the beginning, like I only had two plates. I had a 8x10 and a 5x7. So it's like, oh, I ain't got time to be waiting. So I was over there watching Darcy one day, and she messed up and said, just pull it up. Ain't nobody got time for that. So that's my running thing now. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, this can't go in there. See, these are already double sided. See, this one's not. So we got this one, but look at the grunge in that one. Oh my goodness. They are just so pretty. And then we have stamped on that one. Mo putting all the stamps. So if the stamps that you see me using, Mo is putting the links in there. That's where you go. If you're new here, click on that link. It takes you straight to the stamps. So if you want my stamps, it takes you straight to it. Click on it, go to it. And browse around, check them out. It's a lot of things, especially if you're new, don't have any stencils. Go get you some stencils and stamps. This is the latest stencil by Christy Hartman. Wood Rose, as you can see. But look at that paper. Look at that paper. Is that not pretty? Darcy is very free artist. Yes, she is. Darcy was cooking too. I said, oh, we share some things about the cooking too. Thank you for this powerful live. I go to sleep. All right. Okay, Vanessa, good night. Sleep well. Have good dreams. Jackie says, how do I get in the Happy Post Club? What's the Happy Post Club? Did I miss something? Let me scroll back. After that, buy sets of small bottles. You will save money and try different brands. Yes, try different brands after you look after you've learned what the Apple Barrel can and can't do. Because it's, I feel like now that I've tried all these other different brands of paints, it's the same thing for me with watercolor. I tried the inexpensive brands with watercolor, and now you can't get me to go back and use. I mean, I will, but I don't want to. I mean, it's like now that I know what it is to live freely on 10.5 acres, you can't put me back in no subdivision. That's how I feel about my paint. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It kept on giving. Oh, and look at this one. So one side was done one time, and the other side. And look, can you see that shimmer? Look at that shimmer. That shimmer one, this one is Nick Pro Iridescent Brown. Look at that. And then you see I had stamped up under there with, what is that? I think it was this one. No, yes it was. This light blue permanent, I stamped on there. And then it dried. And then I came back last night and just kind of just brayered over it. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jackie, if you want the Happy Mail, then send me an email. That's all you do. That's what you're talking about. It's the Happy Mail. I mean, it's my email. Just send me an email with your information, address, name, address. Then that way, then when I get to sending stuff out, you'll be on it. Cause I like to do stuff outside of birthdays. Birthdays, everybody gonna see stuff for your birthday. Again, I like to celebrate you just because you popped up on my mind. You know, like that paint, that violet oxide. I felt like Eddie needed to have some of that violet oxide. Why? Cause he do the gel printing like a boss. And I wanted him just like, and unfortunately, I mean, if y'all find some more, let me know. But it's a discontinued color. And so after it came in, I was just like, oh, I didn't know what the size is because I didn't understand the size. So I was just like, wait a minute. After I got that, I was like, oh, bet. Look at that. Oh, just yabby. There we go. I have about 100 tubes of oh, baby. Mariah, Ivy Pearl gonna be okay. Did you see that? She said she have about 100 tubes of golden and Liquitex heavy body paint. Can you use heavy body paint? Yes, you can. I'm scared to waste it while I'm clueless about what I'm doing. Girl, yes, you can. As a matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, listen, this what you need to do. Oh, you need to play and have some fun. But that heavy body and that golden, oh my God, you're gonna love it. Oh my goodness. And then put down your apple barrel. You're gonna have fun. Just go and have fun. You're gonna have fun. She said 100. 100. I don't think I got 100 tubes of paint. I think I just lied. I think I do. I feel like that's my challenge. I think I'm going to count my paint tubes. I'm going to count all the paint I got because I don't know. Yeah, use it up before it dries up. Definitely, 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 definitely. Ivy Pearl, are you over in Makers? Oh yeah. See, do what Darcy said. Yeah, not a giving in. Say, I'm on my way to work. I'll be listening. Okay, Catherine. Hope you have a great evening at work. Wait, where are you at, Catherine? You in? America or overseas. I can't remember. Look at these. Look at these papers. Oh, and I will tell you, for me with heavy body, and I mean heavy body. I'm talking that heavy body, which is that golden, my golden heavy body. It's like I had to, that's where I be messing up with the heavy body. She's in Australia. Okay, so that means yeah. So it's tomorrow. I was like, one time I have a good evening, have a good day. But the heavy body. Oh, that one's pretty too. Look at that. So this is what I do. I make papers and just sometimes these are gonna go in a book. I think. I'm not sure. What I was saying about the heavy body. I was using too much. So Liquitex and I have Liquitex Basic or Amsterdam, and the Liquitex Basic is I don't even think I have non basic. I had some, but I've used it all. And there was a difference, and it's the consistency I had. So that's why I'm writing them. They be saying learn and know your paints. You have to know that when it's a soft body, you don't need a whole lot. When it's the heavy body, you don't need a whole lot. And then you got to decide, decipher, what your plate is and things like that. But have fun with it. So go and click on that if you're not a part of Makers, so you can share. You know, I can't wait to see what you create. I'm so excited. You got your deli plate. Oh, look at this one. I also use Dion art paint. What's Dion art paint? Not that I need another brand, but what kind of paint that is? You talking about me? Oh no. Paint, carry on. Oh, Deco, yes. So my latest one, and folk art too. You see, this is Darcy's fault right here. When y'all look at the size, because size matters. But when y'all see this here, right here, this 8 fluid ounce, this is Darcy's fault right here. Um, Darcy showed on her channel. She used this blue, and I want to say it was golden fluid. Isn't it, Darcy? Help me out. I think it was. But when I went to the store to get the one she had, they didn't have it. But I saw this folk art, this blue. The blue is the same. And oh my God, this is so daggum yummy. Oh my God. That's what this blue, the blue right there that I did the flowers stamped, and this blue, that's this blue right here. So, and that's another reason why Ivy Pearl, kind of go in Makers, and you be just, you get some ideas from many different people. Or if you do like I do, you be like, oh, I like a little bit of that, I like a little bit of that, I like a little bit of that. And then you throw it together and make your own thing. So you just kind of be at a buffet. I feel like Makers is like a buffet of artists, and everybody's doing different stuff and putting up their own little recipes and be like, oh, I like that. Light phthalo golden fluid, I think. Was it blue? No, the color you had was blue. Well, phthalo, that is blue. Or is it? Well, it depends. Could be green. But whatever that blue was, that's what it was. If you add a tiny bit of burnt orange, you'll get minty green. See what I'm saying about them recipes? Now hold on, I gotta write that down because I'll do that. Oh, that's a note for Crystal. Okay, so add a tiny bit of. I got Azo Gold, burnt orange. Got it. Boom. Just like that, we get something new. Phthalo comes in blue and green, I think. Yeah, and then don't they have one that says if it's done with yellow? Like, you got to pay attention to those phthalos. I learned that when I was mixing colors. It's like, why does this color not look right? Now look at this. This is the orange. So this is this one, and one of these mixed up. These colors I'm getting ready to kind of go through now. They all kind of got whatever's on the plate. I just didn't worry about it. But look at that. And you see that shimmer? That shimmer is Nick Pro Iridescent. gold. This is orange and copper mix. So this orange and that copper mix. And here's the beginning of it, kind of more orangey. This one's got a little texture on it. It's paste. This one is what's that man name? What else paste? Simon Hurley Lunar Paste. Kind of did right there and right there. Put it over in the corner. Give it a little bit of, you know. White paint. So I did this with white paint. Stamp my flowers. I just stamped the flower and then used the black to pull it. So I didn't need a color. Told y'all I went all out with that wood rose. Love those flowers. Love Christie's flowers. Okay, this one was this color and this color and this color. You can tell because it's on the plate. Clean the plate up. Put all that grunge on there. Those are going to be very beautiful. Whenever I get ready to do it, I don't know. Eddie was talking about the glue book. I'm thinking he got me to thinking I might just do a glue book or do another concertina. Don't know. I don't know. I just got all these beautiful papers. Look at that. Got to catch that shimmer. So, and then, see, I told y'all we did. We got probably about a whole ream of daggone black paper. Look at that. Look at that. Yummy. This was from McCoy Mashup on the 16 by 20, and this was just a corner of it. That is Eddie's Squiggles and Darcy's Peacock Swirls. And I took the corner and just put this over there and pulled it. And then this was pulled with purple. Not only purple, but pulled with dioxazine purple. Look, now see the other side. Look at that yumminess. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Y'all gonna make me pull out that gel plate and paint. Girl, Lynn, pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. I'm threatening you with a good time. Come on, let's do it. Look at that. Oh, and then this one I did kind of like an ombre. So it was the blue, the orange, and it was a little mini long haul because you can see the different colors in there. It's got orange and some all the different colors. I don't know if you can or whatever, but it's on there. Works out. Then there's that one. Just some painty papers on the back. Then there's this side. Oh, and y'all saw this one because that day we did those squirts. Remember those squirt things I had? So it did show up real pretty. This looks real good after it dried up. So it's still, what was those things? I can't remember. Are they over there? I don't know what I did with them. I don't see them. I do not see them. Oh well. I think it was a spray, some kind of sprays I had got. But look at that yumminess. So it's gonna have to definitely be a book so that you can get both sides, because I did it on both sides. So I can either turn it into a book like that, or like, you know, what Eddie showed on he did the glue book, or either I can stitch it and make little books. But see my little basket, we keep everything together. This basket means that they need to be worked on, they need to be done. Those. This one needs to stay in the other one. I have another stack over there that needs to be printed on the other side. Happy dance. I did a load of washing. Yay! Oh yeah, let's celebrate the washing. God knows I don't always like to be the washing. That's a good thing. Now look at that. It's dried up some more. Let's get more definition. Okay, this is the new thing that I'm going to be pulling on gel plate. And because it's 5 o'clock, I'm not going to do it, but y'all will see it later. What's this stuff called? I think it's acetate. I think it's acetate. Y'all know I ain't good with names, but I think it's acetate. But I'm going to stamp on it. I'm going to stamp my flowers on it. I'm going to put some in some books, so it's more of my mixed media, but I'm going to stamp on it because I want to see how it's going to turn out. Vellum, thank you. That's it. Vellum, not acetate. Vellum. That's it. But I'm going to be pulling, stamping. So I'm going to be doing some things on it. So I got a pack of it over there, and I like the way I use this something that I had. I did it on live where I stamped my flowers and then I embossed them. So yeah, we got I got a little project that's gonna be heading up. It will ripple with the paint. So yes, it will. That's what I want. That is exactly what I want. I can't remember. I gotta go back in my history and see who I saw. It's a girl I want to say she's in the UK, but she used it doing something else. And then I was just like, I wonder how that'll look on my gel plate because I like the process of what happened to it. So I said I was going to do that because she was painting. She was using it in mixed media or something. So I said I'm going to put my print. We're going to experiment. So Ivy Pearl, I encourage you. Lynn, I encourage you. Pull that gel plate out. I want to threaten y'all with a good time. So that what? You can have fun. And then, especially if you need to create your joy and you need to, get something going on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Let's have fun with it. Because growth often happens when you experiment and you do something. Look, oh, there's the one. It's over there. Oh no, that's the bag. Yeah, this is what it was. This is the bag that I got my stamps in from Pia Marty Studio, and I stamped on it and did embossed it. And so that's what made me go down the rabbit hole of kind of like, hey, what can I do to get something that's like this, get more of it? And so then when I saw the girl, I was like, oh, I'm going to try that. We're going to try that. Yes, we are. We surely are. Mm-hmm. That's what us going to do. Yeah. I like it. And then I had another one, since it's right here. Remember that one? I did that one on live. Now this one is thicker. So this one I feel like it's a different type of vellum because it's a little thicker than this. This is thick. So maybe, wait, let's see. No, that's not. Yeah, we had this conversation. Now that you put that in there, a deja vu moment just happened, Mariah. It's like, I feel like we've had this conversation. Yeah, we did. And so now now that I got it, I get to see what it's going to be. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This one, I really like the weight of this one. You hear that? You hear that? But we're going to start out with what we got because we went through things. But look at those flowers. And then I'm going to cut them all out and do something. I said somebody probably was going to get Happy Mail with this one, but I done closed it back up. Oh, there we go. We can pull it up. And they could probably get something in it and get my flowers. Yes. Okay, all right, I'm gonna get off of here. Remember, the quiet seasons are not wasted season. The quiet days are not wasted. They are not. Trust yourself because perseverance is less about intensity and more about what? Your consistency. Commit to doing something different. The confidence, the wisdom, and the endurance of all of this is going to make you a better person. Trust me. Y'all get to see me right here every day, Monday and Wednesday, living my life out. And I try to be as real as possible. So if I would take the camera or if Mr. McCoy would pop up and go live one day and be like, oh, she really do live that life. I got tired of living that fake life. I wanted to live the life that I could be proud of all the time. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I'm not always fabulous. Sometimes I am just fabulously funky with my attitude, all of that. It's who makes me. It's the makeup, but the perseverance is what makes me continue to show up. And remember, your pace doesn't matter. Remember, I told y'all when we started this thing, you are here. You're still breathing, you're still creating, you're still trying. I love you guys. I will see you next time. Bye. Now I got to go play with some puppies. Hopefully, they haven't pooped too much. See you later.